Imagine if your granddaughter went on a blind date you set up for her, and then she stayed when the man wasn't what she expected. That's exactly what happened to Martha. Martha Walker had always been the one to set her granddaughter, Linda, up on blind dates, so when she suggested another one, Linda agreed, hoping for the best. The cafe was quiet, the kind of place where the hum of conversation was gentle and the lighting was soft. Linda sat at a corner table, her hands folded neatly in her lap. She had always been a bit nervous about these dates, but this time, she felt a peculiar sense of calm. Her date was late, but Linda didn't mind. She enjoyed the quiet, the simplicity of the moment. The cafe door creaked open, and in walked a man. He was dressed simply, a stark contrast to the fancy suits Linda had expected. He scanned the room, his eyes landing on her. She stood, a polite smile on her face, and signed hello. The man hesitated, then nodded and approached the table. "I'm sorry I'm late," he said softly. "I'm Thomas." Linda gestured for him to sit. "I'm Linda," she signed, then wrote her name on a napkin and slid it across the table. Thomas looked at the napkin, then back at Linda. "You can't speak?" he asked gently. Linda shook her head and signed. "I haven't been able to for years." Thomas nodded, understanding in his eyes. "I'm sorry to hear that," he said, "but I'm glad you're here." Linda felt a warmth spread through her. She had never met someone who accepted her silence so easily. They sat in comfortable silence for a moment before Thomas spoke again. "Would you like to order something?" Linda nodded and gestured to the menu. Thomas ordered for both of them, his eyes never leaving Linda's face. As they waited for their food, Linda pulled out a small notebook and began to write. She showed Thomas the notebook, and he smiled. "You write beautifully." He signed back, his hands moving gracefully. Linda was surprised. She had never met someone who knew sign language so fluently. "Did you learn it for someone special?" she wrote. Thomas nodded, a soft smile on his face. "My late wife," he signed. "She was deaf, and we communicated this way." Linda felt a pang in her heart. She understood the pain of loss, the loneliness that came with it. But she also saw the warmth in Thomas's eyes, the love that still shone through. "I'm sorry for your loss," she signed. Thomas reached across the table and took her hand. "It's been a long time," he signed, "but I never stopped loving her. And I never stopped missing her." Linda felt tears well up in her eyes. She had never met someone who understood her so deeply, who accepted her silence and saw her for who she was. As they ate their meal in comfortable silence, Linda knew that this was just the beginning of something special. She didn't know what the future held, but she knew that she wanted to explore it with Thomas by her side. And as they left the cafe, hand in hand, Linda felt a sense of peace and belonging that she had never known before. The future was uncertain, but for the first time in a long time, Linda was ready to embrace it one silent moment at a time.